Today, Gundam is coming to America. We're going to talk about the Hendo Hoverboard. Breaking Bad action figures are kind of starting controversy, and we're going over the Avengers trailer. What's up, everybody? Welcome to TotallyAFan, the show where I go over movies, video games, comic books, everything. I always mess it up every time. And we are going over TotallyAFan while drinking Surge.
This is my last one. I think this is all. No, you have one more left?
No, this is it.
I have one more.
No.
Oh.
This is my last one.
So today's show is brought to you in part by Surge.
I started on the show, I won't end on the show.
Cheers. It's good, huh?
This is my first taste. And
How's all that caffeine and sugar that's currently going to your thighs right now?
to my thighs.
Yeah,
I don't need any more of that. Here, take it.
Alright guys, so that's right, we said it. Gundam is coming to the United States. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, well, isn't Gundam already here? Well, not all of it. There's a lot more than what we know. We are actually just talking about it. I grew up on Gundam Wing. I'm pretty sure you did too. There was other shows, even on Adult Swim. There was Gundam 0083. There's the original Mobile Suit Gundam. There's Gundam Seed, Gundam Destiny, Gundam 00. There's so many Gundam, and we're getting all of it. So right now, in the article we read, right now it's kind of, I don't know how to word it, but I guess it's not really in their favor just because they kind of waited too long. You know, there was all this hype when Gundam Wing was out. There was a little bit more hype with the Power Rangers, with robots fighting each other and things like that. And now it's kind of like, you know, kids are into a lot of different things nowadays. This could still work out for Bandai, even though they're the ones that kind of waited too long. But we're going to go over that today. So, Jesse, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on Gundam coming to US?
That's cool. I wasn't really big into Gundam, so. I was Dragon Ball Z. You always throw it to me. I have no opinions. It's cool. I mean, I like, you know, Gundam. Not really, though. I mean, because I remember when I was a kid, I had those little action figures you had to build and paint, and you couldn't play with them. I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
I have
a toy and then play with it. Why would you?
I want to build them.
I have
It would be so much fun.
I have my favorite Gundam in the model kit. It's a Heavy Arms Master Grade.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like this big. It's really cool. It's.
Can you play with it?
No.
There you go.
If you guys see any of the PSA videos, you might see it in the background. I have it on my bookshelf. And then I also recently bought an SD version, like the Chibi Gundam version of the Heavy Arms Custom, where he's like green. I have that too.
What's the point if you can't play with it in the bathtub? I understand, so do whatever you want. It's fine.
Alright, well, Serena, what about you? What are your thoughts on it coming to America?
Well, I've never watched it before, so I'm really excited to start watching it. I know a lot of my friends were into it. I actually like the building them and having them on display. Like, I have so much stuff that I just like display. I don't need to play with it. I just want to look at it and be like, that's mine. It's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of what I do. Like, I have a couple action figures I don't play with. Every once in a while, I'll change their pose or whatever. Because it looks awesome that they're in that. Like, I have a couple of clone troopers that I custom painted, so it looks like they're in a battle. And then, you know, I like having that. But okay. So we have a model kit fan, and then we have a Gundam Wing fan, but not necessarily Gundam in general. Okay.
I like space anime robots. They're cool.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like robots? Especially, you know, obviously the boys do. You know, robots. You know, like Transformers. You know, I get it. Well, the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because it's. I know tons of people who do the model kits, which is probably the biggest thing out of Gundam right now as far as like their products go. We have tons of people who do the model kits. But then with the show, like I said, there's just so many series. There's so many different versions of it, different iterations that exist in the world of Gundam. And so to finally be getting all that, it's great. Now, some of the articles I read, they were talking about what options Bandai should look into in order to keep that momentum going. Because it's big in Japan. It's huge in Japan. There was a statue of the original Gundam, the original mobile suit.
Yeah,
there was a statue that it was life size.
Yep.
I think they took it down a couple years ago.
No, I thought it was still up.
Is it still up?
I heard.
There's just a cosplayer that I followed. She's really into the Gundam. She builds her own. She cosplayed as like a female Gundam
awesome.
That was so badass. And most recently, like, I don't know if it was super recent, but I feel like she went to Japan and it was there, but I could be wrong.
I know they have like a Gundam cafe that I want to go to where you can buy kits, but then they also have like stuff posted around, like pictures of the different series, and then some of the highest grade, which I think it's perfect grade, I think is what it is. I can't remember. There's just so many different levels to it. And they have some of those around, and it looks awesome. It kind of reminds me of Nintendo World in New York, or if you go to like any Lego store, you know how they have those box sets, just like posted around of whatever theme they have. It's something like that. The article was talking about, obviously Cartoon Network had Gundam Wing, had a couple other series as well, but Cartoon Network may not be the best field for it just because Toonami now is kind of during late night right before Adult Swim, and Adult Swim has their own anime shows. But that's where Gundam was before, and it wasn't doing that great. So to put it back there, you know, I'm not sure if it's going to do well. But they were suggesting possibly the Sci-Fi Channel, and if Sci-Fi does decide to pick it up, that'd be awesome. It would be.
I love Sci-Fi.
I think it would fit Sci-Fi really well because it is, you know, science fiction. And I remember they used to have their own little anime lineup a couple years ago. I don't know what they did with it, but I remember they had like 3 or 4 anime shows. During Fridays, I think. So if they pick up Gundam, I think that'd be great for Sci-Fi and for Gundam as well. So that's something to look forward to. The Henderson family, not from the movie, there's a family of Hendersons who are working on a modern day hoverboard. There was a couple months ago, Tony Hawk did a promo, and a couple other people were doing like a, you know, fan tribute promo to the hoverboard from Back to the Future. Now though, we have a Kickstarter, which I'll provide with the link downstairs. You can actually contribute to an actual modern day hoverboard. And what's great about it is they also have some options where you can buy that technology to create your own things. One thing in their trailer in the Kickstarter page is they talk about, you know, the possibilities are limitless, because they are. You know, with that technology, we can possibly generate into hover cars instead of just hoverboards. You can do all kinds of things. Basically the way it works is they're kind of like magnets, kind of with some turbine technology, I believe. And basically what it does is it picks the board literally maybe about 5-6 inches off the floor, and you can hover it. And I think right now it's remote controlled, or at least in the trailer it was remote controlled. Obviously with more work, with more contributions, they'll be able to get it to the hoverboard from Back to the Future, and again, you know, other possibilities. So Serena, how excited are you that we're getting a Back to the Future style hoverboard?
Well, if it's a skateboard, I'm screwed. I can't skateboard to save my life. But if I could have a hover car, that'd be pretty cool. I know that I've seen different hover vehicles that aren't exactly like the balloon base. It kind of looks goofy, and I'm just like, I'm not sure that would be very, you know, good on the highway. So it'd be pretty interesting to see how far we can get, or how close we can get to maybe Fifth Element hover cars. Those are my favorite.
That's a good movie.
I love that movie. Yeah. Whenever anyone says hover anything, I always imagine like floating taxi cabs and trains going up buildings.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's actually something that I was kind of thinking about. There was a couple years ago, I remember as a kid, there were talks of like a hover car, and it was supposed to be like a red car. It kind of looked like a private jet almost, but you know, where you can fit one person inside. And then they had these 4 really big turbines, and supposedly that was supposed to be the new thing. You know, no more you know, gas. It was supposed to be like solar power / wind power, and a bunch of other stuff, and that kind of fell through. So hopefully with this hover technology, hopefully we would be able to get some stuff like that. There's also like this really big boat. I know we've seen it in movies where I guess it's just wind turbines where it pushes it off the ground, so it's not really running on wheels. So there's that too. But I think again with the technology, I think it, you know, we'll get closer to Back to the Future, back to Fifth Element, things like that. So Jesse, what about you? What are your thoughts on that we're getting this technology?
Oh, we better hurry, because what's the deadline? October 21st, 2015? That was the time Marty McFly went back?
Was it 2015?
So we gotta...
I thought it was 2014.
No, it was 15.
Oh.
2014 was the fake date
The handy.
that they put on Facebook.
You're right.
I'm like, no, we're real fans. we know the real date.
Yeah.
I can't wait for those outfits.
They have the
that jacket where he's like all loose, and he presses like whoop.
We're getting there. Now that's really cool that we're finally, you know, diving into that technology.
But that face mask,
I mean, obviously we're not, you know, there's hover technology, but we're not gonna get damn hover cars for at least 100 years.
Don't crush my dreams.
We're not gonna have the hover skateboards. You probably can't even stand on it now. It's gonna.
No, there was a video.
The dude was.
Yeah,
it wasn't a half pipe.
No.
It wasn't a half pipe. It was
Yes, huh?
No, the half pipes are huge. It was
well, it didn't go up that high.
No, it was they're not quarter pipes. I forget what they're called. They're they're probably from that wall to here, and they're.
What?
Yeah,
It's a lot bigger than that.
Okay, well, there's probably
As we argue over this.
Yeah, it wasn't the big half, the big U-shaped half pipe. It was probably, a lot lower. But the guy was going up and down. He was doing turns and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, you can't do kick flips or anything.
It's not very
the
fast.
point is that this is a growing technology that's going to get better over time. It's just great that it's actually finally happening, in some capacity. So we're probably not going to meet the deadline, but oh well, we can dream. Still waiting on Jaws 30. What was it? Jaws 30, right?
I think it was 30. Where it comes out of the thing and it eats Marty. Oh man. I know we have the hats. Like you can buy those hats. Like if you go to a convention, there are some vendors that sell those hats. We're almost there. And then I think you can buy the shoes. They don't really do anything. They do light up though, but they don't really like auto fit or anything like that.
Come on. That should have already been invented.
I mean, obviously that technology, it's right now the potential's is just so far out there. We could do almost whatever we want. But I agree, we're kind of slow on it. Like, we should have had this by now, especially if we're trying to follow Back to the Future. You'd think that movie would have inspired so many engineers to push technology forward. Like, in a recent thing I saw, when 9/11 happened, the internet like skyrocketed on how many views a day for any website goes like active. And that was just on 9/11. Well, this movie should have been like, I don't know if it's just me personally, but I feel like it should have inspired so many people to be like, I'm gonna make that car. Or I'm gonna make, that little hologram shark thing. Like, I know we have like hologram concerts, but...
I just imagine someone, like a small engineering kid, like sitting in his bedroom with like a dry erase board, but scheduled this, make sure that I have invented the auto tightening shoes. Okay, check mark. Make sure by 2015 I have the hoverboard, check.
Somebody somewhere probably has that check
You're
mark.
living by that timeline.
Somebody somewhere has that checklist and we at TotallyAFan, we thank you, sir or madam, for that checklist. The Breaking Bad actually just released a bunch of new action figures, and they're not like cheapo like action figures. They're pretty posable. If I remember correctly, they're kind of Barbie styled in terms of like how the clothes is. Like it's not like a plastic mold on a body. It's like actual material. But it's pretty posable, which is cool. For me personally, I like those posable action figures because you can do whatever you want with those. Like we were talking about the Gundams, you have them in an action pose or whatever. But the big controversy surrounding that is with the character Walter. He comes with a little handgun, and he also comes with blue meth.
Oh no!
And then Jesse Pinkman
Plastic drugs.
Jesse Pinkman also comes with a tray of the blue. Right before they crush it up, he comes with a tray of the blue meth. So the big controversy is that parents are flipping out that they're selling plastic drugs, and that's gonna inspire kids to want to sell meth because they're dying of cancer and want to try to do something to support their family. So they go around chopping people's heads off, putting them on turtles, and then blowing some dude up in a hospital for old guys who ends up killing the owner of Popeyes or KFC or something like that.
That escalated quickly.
It happens in the show.
I'm not
Spoiler.
watching the show.
The whole controversy is that it's going to help inspire kids to do all this crazy stuff. Which nowadays I feel like parents and maybe just people in general are so sensitive to these things. Like, teach your kids, man. Teach your kids drugs are bad. Teach your kids to stay in school. Teach your kids to want to learn instead of sit in the back of the class and goof off all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's like the whole controversy with Grand Theft Auto. Oh, my kid's gonna go on a shooting spree. Well, do you have a gun? Then no, he's probably not. You're all right. You'll be okay. I digress.
And rant.
So Toys R Us has actually stopped selling these action figures, even though it was noted that these action figures were in a certain aisle that's generated for adult collectors, because some adult collectors do go to Toys R Us. I'm one of those.
I'll go there.
I'll go and I'll look at the little kiddie toys. I'll be like, God, these toys are bad. Some of them are getting better, but it's like, God, these toys are bad. Then I'll go to the adult section and I'll look for actual stuff. Like I like to collect Mortal Kombat figures. I don't have any yet, but I would like to start collecting some. But they have the same two guys every time I go. It's like Ermac the Red Ninja with some other character that I don't care about. It's like, no, I want Sub-Zero and Scorpion in a 2-pack. Start selling those, please. They're in that section. Even more, issues came about when Aaron Paul gets in on it and he starts complaining that, they still have Barbies. And the whole thing with Barbies, if you take off their clothes, they're basically naked females. I think they started last year where they changed Barbie's overall body shape. I think they made her like a little bit wider, not so skinny, stuff of that nature. But
still impossible to
right.
replicate in
well,
real life.
Well,
I know, human Barbie, whatever.
right. So he goes on like, well, you guys still saw Barbie, and that's bad. So you know how I feel because I've been ranting about it. So let's hear what you guys have to say. Jesse, we'll start with you.
Yeah, Barats are worse than Barbies. Like Barats.
Brats? I hate Brats.
Monster High, like those are
I
worse.
kind of wish Monster High had been around when I was a little girl, but maybe that's just me. I would rather play with Monster High.
I play with Monster High too. No, it's kids are not gonna see that and assume it's drugs. They don't know anything about the show. They're not. It's not marketed towards them.
That's another thing.
So
that's another thing.
What are we drinking?
If your kids know what Breaking Bad is,
you've got other issues.
Yeah,
red flag. Yeah, red flag.
They're not marketed towards children, so why would you be upset when they go in there and see it? They're not gonna buy it. They're not gonna. They don't care.
If I were a
parents
kid,
that are freaking out because they're all super hypersensitive over, oh, my kid's gonna see this.
If I were a kid, I'm not gonna walk into a toy aisle, see a dude in like regular clothes who's kind of bald headed with that nice little black fedora looking hat with the gun and a bag of blue stuff and be like, I want that one.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna buy a freaking Buzz Lightyear that's like this freaking big,
Yeah.
that has like 6 different buttons. The wings actually pop out. Then you get the little laser hand. I'm probably gonna buy that instead of Walter White. So.
We learned a little bit about you today.
I mean, they got like Halo action figures with all the guns and grenades. No one cares about that. So, like, was it the gun or was it the little mini plastic drug? I mean,
Because if I was a small child and I saw like a bag of blue stuff, I probably would not be like, that's meth. That is meth.
why is he carrying ice cubes?
Exactly. Exactly.
And what's funny is, like I said, they're in the adult section. They even have like horror stuff in that section too.
Like Freddy Krueger.
Freddy
Because they
Krueger.
stuck-
Yeah, like
They have Freddy Krueger. They have some Walking Dead figures, but they also have like other zombie figures, like just general zombies for whatever reasons. They have all these other mature content figures next to that aisle. So it's like, why would your kid even be there in the first place? Like, I would assume a kid would walk in, see Freddy Krueger, be like, ah, and then run out. You know, that's parents. It's just parents, man. It's always the parents' fault. All right, Serena, what about you?
Well, on like the Twitter verse, you know, Aaron Paul did say that kind of stuff about the Barbies, but the other points that they raised is like the petition from the mom only got 9,000 signatures. The petition to keep the toys got 30,000 signatures.
Yeah.
So, come on, you're clearly going to sell to a certain amount of people, the same people who are going down that aisle for the actual, you know, the other adult toys. So why take it out? You shouldn't, like, don't bring your kids down the adult toy section. That sounded a little out of place. That's not what I meant.
No, I get it. I'm not gonna go down that road with this subject.
Someone was.
Somebody, one of you guys was like, ooh, no, I get it. Personally, I don't know if I would want Breaking Bad figures just because when I go to collect toys, it's usually something more nostalgic. Like I have a Power Rangers figure. I have like just the Clone Troopers, you know, military kind of esque things. I have the Gundam model kits. I'm kind of particular on what I get, and I'm also looking to get like a Smash Brothers diorama thing that I'm gonna make. So Breaking Bad, I love the show. I think it's an awesome show. But figures, I don't know how I really feel about buying that personally. But even then,
I get the idea.
Yeah. But it goes to the parents. It's just like, what are you guys doing? Like, first of all, your kid shouldn't even be watching the show if they're able to recognize what, you know, the accessories are.
That's Walter White!
Yeah! And it's a whole lot of it to it, man. And I don't usually like to go over these touchy subjects because, you know, we're all fans here, we're all nerds. But it comes to the parents. I understand where the parents are coming from, but it's the problem is that your kids shouldn't even be anywhere near those toys, not even near the show. They shouldn't, you know... And you shouldn't let your kid go running around Toys R Us anyways, because what if the kids get snatched, you know? That's something, you know...
Totally different.
Totally different, but it kind of works the same way. So, parents, please, just be cautious. You know, obviously, you don't want your kid buying blue meth, but do you really think that your kid is going to be inspired to want to go sell it? First of all, he needs to learn how to make it, and then he's got to learn how to sell it. Like
tutorial below.
I know.
Yeah, tutorial like that.
I know how to make it.
Yeah.
The guy at the store told me. Because when you buy cough syrup, that you have to, like the guys to check you in, it's like buying alcohol. And I'm like, how come I can't just swipe it? And he goes, oh, because you can buy meth. Here, you gotta take this and fry it at this time. I'm like, what? What? Yeah, get like 5 of those and you can, okay, sir, thank you.
Well, use precaution, use your proper judgment. But the petition to cancel this toy, I think it's dumb. I think it's just a dumb idea.
Now, did they take it out of just one Toys R Us, or was it like
No,
every?
No,
all
they
of
haven't
them.
done it yet.
They said it's indefinitely, like, what was it? It was like on hiatus.
Hiatus,
They were
something.
saying it was like on
I
hiatus.
can't remember the exact term. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're like it's suspended indefinitely or something.
Yeah.
Like
They're
that.
gonna take their business elsewhere then, because obviously they're still gonna buy them.
Obviously, you can still, you might be able to purchase them from like the actual vendor or the actual toy brand.
Maker, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously, Toys R Us, they're gonna look out for their clients overall, not just the adult buyer. So I get it. It's kind of dumb when you think about it. Big thing of news this past week. So supposedly next week on Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., they are supposed to release the trailer for the Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. Now, obviously, we got the leak ahead of time. However, this is, for fanboys. They are supposed to release the same trailer with additional clips. And a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be clips from the Comic-Con trailer, which is supposed to have them all in that party scene trying to lift Thor's hammer, where Captain is the closest one to lift it, and everyone's like, plus additional stuff included. So, for those of you who haven't seen the trailer, go ahead and check it out now. Marvel did release it full in HD, even though it was
in the
leaked.
most awesome way possible.
Yeah, and I'll let you guys go ahead into that. We've already seen the trailer. I know everybody's seen the trailer. It's trending on Facebook and Twitter.
It got 27 million views in a day.
In a day, and
That's a lot.
and it only took hours, like maybe an hour or 2 hours from the leak to Marvel being, this is the official HD trailer. Jesse, how excited are you that we're gonna get this trailer plus additional clips with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and your thoughts on the leak?
I watch S.H.I.E.L.D. every week. I really like that show. So they teased it at the last week's show, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Everyone's super excited. They're gonna finally get a first glimpse, and then it got leaked, and I'm like, God damn it, they're gonna ruin it. And I was gonna be looking for this stupid cam blurry, HD. So I kind of didn't want to see it because I didn't want to. That was my first impression of seeing this shaky cam version of it, and then they released the actual trailer a couple hours later, which is awesome. They just tweeted out, "Damn it, Hydra!"
Yeah.
And then they released the whole thing, which I think is awesome because you posted something on Facebook. It's like whenever a DC trailer gets leaked, they block it, copyright, blah blah blah, and then like Marvel's like, "Here you go, here's your trailer."
And I also posted too. I was like, okay, Warner Brothers, Batman vs Superman, it's your turn. And then I put the trailer.
But the actual trailer is really awesome. Like I am so excited for this movie. Like I love the first Avengers. I love all the Marvel movies. It looks so cool. You can't even describe how cool it is. You just kind of watch it. It's just watch it, 10, 20 times in a row. And so it just
I will
looks
admit
so,
I'm at 25 times.
yeah, I've seen it a lot. It's really good. So
That was actually one thing that, again, I was going to let you cover it, but the whole leak, like, damn it, Hydra.
yeah,
A couple people were saying, like, oh man, Hydra probably leaked it. And they were kind of going with it. And I think Marvel decided to go along with it. And what was great on Marvel's part was that they owned up to it. Mm-hmm. They're like, clearly they didn't say, okay, sorry, we leaked it. No, they're like, you know what, let's just roll with it. Mm-hmm. And they kept going with it. And then, of course, they joked about Hydra. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure if something else got leaked, like Batman vs Superman or something else, they would have been like, no, take it down. We got the damage control mode. No, they just kept running with it. Well, go ahead.
I think that's because we were gonna get the trailer in a few days. It's not like the Superman trailer wasn't ready yet. It's like in literally a few days on Tuesday they were gonna air the trailer. Now, I'm glad that they released it. That's cool. But they're doing something else for the S.H.I.E.L.D. fans that wanted to wait. Mm. So they're going to redo the trailer and then have that extended scene. So I think that's really cool. Marvel's just an awesome company.
Yeah, and that's going to premiere next Tuesday, by the way. That full trailer with everything in it is next Tuesday on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, Serena, what are your thoughts on the whole leak and then the actual trailer itself?
So I actually didn't watch it when it leaked because I don't like watching leaked footage. I don't watch pirated videos. I don't like the shakiness. I didn't even watch Cloverfield. So
Cloverfield's pretty good.
Not a lot of people didn't like it. I tend to like anything, so I was okay, but I get it. Okay.
But yeah, I don't like that shaky, secondhand. I want my HD superheroes. I want to see Thor's abs.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, he's magical.
Oily.
And that hair. But so I watched it yesterday when I knew this is the full Marvel release trailer, and it was of course spectacular, and I did get the chills. I am so excited for this movie. I love all of the Marvel movies. That's Marvel. I love
It's just
Marvel.
Period.
Marvel.
Yeah. Alright, so what's funny is the trailer actually, the leaked trailer it just wasn't HD. It wasn't shaky or anything. It was the actual trailer we saw. It just wasn't HD. It was a little
So
blurred
was
out.
it just some guy pointing at his like TV?
No. It was the actual trailer. It just was lower quality.
Like a grainy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't 1080 by whatever. It was like.
So it wasn't even
720.
shaky
Right.
cam. It was just like someone
No,
email it to themselves.
Right,
and
exactly,
compressed it.
exactly,
Okay.
and then loaded it up on I think it was Daily Motion. I think that's where I saw it. Now, I get how you guys didn't want to see the leak, especially you. And we've talked about it before on an episode a couple weeks ago. I think it was during San Diego Comic-Con that we talked about it. Me personally, as part of the show, but because I'm just a freaking nerd, I want to watch it right then and there. I don't care. I'm down to watch it. It's out. I want to see it, and that goes with the Batman vs Superman trailer. When that came out, when that was leaked, I saw it. I was like, nope, watching it now. And then I tried to look for the Avengers. I couldn't find it. And then I think there was another trailer that got leaked. I couldn't find that either. To see this is awesome. I'm finally glad that we're actually going to get it. Now, before we end the show, let's go over the actual trailer itself, because that trailer is freaking awesome. So let's do a quick little mini review. Spoilers. Although you guys can watch it on Tuesday, so I guess it's not really a spoiler.
Thor's
Yeah. Yeah, Thor. Hot damn.
Damn.
Hot damn. No, seriously though. I can't remember the actor. I can't remember his first name, but Spader, the guy who does the voice for
James
Ultron. James Spader? Oh, that was right then. The guy who does the voice for Ultron is phenomenal. I watched The Blacklist, and
I really like that show.
His personality on that show is really menacing. Not menacing, but it has a menacing feel to it.
Right.
But the voice, and then in the Ultron format, is phenomenal. It is really creepy. And then the Pinocchio song in the background, No Strings on Me.
That was
Oh my god.
creepy.
It was chills,
But
dude.
it was
Chills.
so cool when they lined it up with he actually has like a line
At the end,
that
yeah.
lines up with the song, and I was like, they are awesome.
Yeah. It was phenomenal. I thought it all worked really well. However, my thing with Ultron is his look. A couple months ago when they did the trailer for the teaser for Avengers 2, when it was Iron Man's helmet and then it starts getting crushed and everything and becomes an Ultron helmet, I was kind of expecting that helmet, not this one that we have now.
Was it what, the eyeballs? Eyeballs flew off?
It kind of was the eyeballs, but it was the overall shape of the head. Like, I was expecting them to slightly alter, possibly modify Iron Man's helmet, extend some things out, extrude some things, open up the mouth a little bit instead of just a completely different mouth. There was changes that it kind of was a little too much for me. I mean, I still like it. It's just like, I was like, you guys shouldn't have gone out this far. You guys could have made like an Ultron version Iron Man suit, and that would have been perfect. Instead, you guys went with like a completely different looking thing. That still looks awesome, but the eyeballs do kind of get me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The eyeballs are kind of throwing me off. But there was this scene in the trailer where the Ultron minions, they're coming out of the water or whatever, and that Ultron robot with the blue eyes, that's kind of what I expected Ultron to look like, instead of what we see him as at the end, when he's like, no
I have a
strings on
theory
me.
on that. Obviously, James Spader, he mocapped the scenes. So his face is sort of in there. You gotta have his face somewhere.
Okay.
I mean, nothing's confirmed, and I'm just totally guessing, but I have a feeling it's kind of like Optimus Prime in Transformers, where he has that Shredder kind of classic mouth cover, and he looks like Optimus Prime, but when he talks, it goes away, and you can see like lips, which is creepy. But they wanted to get the actor in there, so I think when he's standing around talking, you're gonna see his eyeballs, you're gonna see his mouth move, and when he's like in a fight mode, he'll probably the face cover will come back in, and he'll look more like he did in the comic book, because they had the Entertainment Weekly preview. He's in the front, and he looks just like Ultron. So I think that's what they're trying to do, like, so he can talk and actually have his face in there. So that's what I think.
I just don't even want to think about it. Like, all I can think about is I want the movie out now.
One thing, it felt weird. This feels like the end of Avengers.
Oh,
like,
man.
It feels like if this is just Ultron coming in and wrecking it, they get their ass kicked. They're wrecking. Like, what is Thanos gonna do when he comes in? Like this.
They all look so downtrodden.
That was another
too.
thing. That was another thing. Visually, I've noticed there was like a lot of yellowish orange tints, filters, or even, and for me, and then based on the action you're seeing, for me that tint kind of represented like fire and chaos. And you see it in the trailer. Everybody's so down. You even see Bruce Banner. He is just like
huddled in a blanket.
Yeah, like there's all this chaos going on. They really raised the bar. I trust Marvel, so when Thanos comes out, that is gonna far surpass what we're gonna see with Ultron. But what we're gonna see with Ultron is gonna be mind blowing. But that chaotic feel really helps, and then with the creepy music in the background, it really works well. And I love the trailer, how it has everything you need. It gives you a basic idea of where everybody's at this time, what the threat is now, and then just like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? Find out next time on Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Just like thinking about it, I just want more, and I can't wait for Tuesday because I want more pictures, more video.
Now, a couple little Easter eggs. We have Mr. Andy Serkis, who we had reports that he was actually going to do a lot of mocap. He's going to be helping out.
He was a consultant for
the Hulk. Yeah, for the Hulk, and he was going to do some stuff himself. And now he's an actual character who kind of, to the big comic guys, looks like Ulysses Claw, who, for those of you who don't know, is the bad guy for the Black Panther.
He's in the damn movie.
They're
going to hint, or they're going to show him that he's in the movie.
I think they're going to have him. I don't know if they're going to have him in outfit, but they are going to have him.
They'll name drop him. They'll do something.
He may even have a line. I am positive, because later on, I don't know if it's later on in the movie or if it's early on, we see Captain Shield like in half. The only place where you can get that material, vibranium, is in Wakanda, where the Black Panther's from. So I have a strong feeling he's going to have at least one or two lines, and they are going to obviously name him.
Well, I mean, do they have an actor that's signed on that could play him?
It's under wraps right now. It's under wraps, but I know they have it. So,
I think they got it.
They have to.
They have to.
Like I said, it's under wraps, but they have it. I know they do. So there was all these other things too that you see.
Yeah, someone in the fight scene with the Hulkbuster armor and Hulk, one of the license plate is an African license plate. So they're in Africa. So just saying.
It's gonna happen. just let us know, Marvel. Just flat out.
Holding us in suspense.
Yeah. Right? Oh man, but that trailer was awesome. I'm looking forward to it. The leak was kind of crazy news and things like that, so that was awesome. I want to give a big shout out to the guys working on Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. The show premiered in May, but they're coming out with a Blu-ray DVD compact coming out tomorrow. So guys, go ahead and get it. They're also having a limited edition steelbook version instead of just the plastic DVD case.
Right.
I saw a couple episodes. I'm not done yet, but that show so far is awesome. It's very cool. Those guys, put in a lot of hard work into it. So big shout out to you guys, big hat tip to you guys. God, I haven't done one of those in a long time. Big hat tip to you guys. Keep up the great work. Also, as a reminder, if you guys have any questions or topics, please feel free to mail it, book it, tweet it, let me know, or post it in the comments down below. All my contact information is downstairs. In addition, links to the time slots for certain segments that you guys wanted to come watch, it's going to be downstairs as well. So I think that's it. Until next time, see ya.